Good afternoon, gentlemen. It is your boy, Sir Yeetus. Welcome to episode 175 of Yeetus' Thoughts. I took a break from live streaming for a few days, as you guys already noticed. But just because I take a break doesn't mean I'm not lurking, doesn't mean I'm not watching some of you guys' channels. Okay. I'm always keeping up with what's going on around this sphere, as you would say. And I've noticed that things are getting a little bit antsy. Things are you know spicing up when it comes to drama, right? Whether you're you believe in the red pill, you believe in the MGTOW philosophy, you believe in the black pill philosophy, whatever it is, right? If you're in this sphere, if you're in this part of YouTube, of course, there will be people with different points of views or different ways of thinking that won't correlate with each other, right? In the sense of there will be disagreements. There will be people that won't agree with what you have to say. And that's okay. That's okay. But I'm creeping around here and there. You're like, oh, they're messing up the red pill philosophy. Oh, they're messing up the MGTOW philosophy. Oh, they're not black pill. Oh my god. See, gentlemen, the only people that I have issues with when it comes to coming into this space are grifters, PUAs, and women that are trying to teach the red pill philosophy, which makes no goddamn sense to me. It never will make sense to me. I still don't see why women are trying to give advice to men about male issues. That still doesn't make sense to me on how women could just say, "Oh yeah, here's the best advice for you men to deal with your male problems." I never been a man before, and I never had to experience life as a man, but I got the best advice for you. But make sure you pay me too, because I'm doing a counseling session, $250 an hour per session. Yes, and and these prices are from female red pill content creators. So to repeat myself, grifters, PUAs, and these female quote unquote red pill content creators are the only groups that I have big issues when it comes to being in our space. But everybody else, yes, it is okay to have disagreements. It is okay. But there should be a foundation of where all these philosophies are coming from. There are foundations, there are points that all of us can agree with. We can all agree with. And I will definitely go down the list and address these points that we can all agree with. It doesn't matter what kind of philosophy that you follow, right? Because at the end of the day, we're men. Not only we're men living in the West. So it doesn't matter what type of perspective you have, you're still fucked under the eyes of the law. But before we begin, let me check out these comments right quick. Oh, I learned Herbert. So yes, there are guys trying to shame people for having a cash app. I don't see what's the big deal. As if people get donations, nobody's forcing people to donate money. See, yeah, that's a huge difference, gentlemen. Let me address this, okay? Quick chill. If you want to support your boys here, Yeetus, Cash App is on top of the chat. I pinned the link. Best possible way to donate, but you can also do super chat or super thanks. Any type of donations is appreciated, but if you cannot donate, it's all good. No biggie. But I don't know why people are shaming or trying to talk trash about having a Cash App. Nobody is forcing anybody's hand when it comes to donations. All right. When have you ever seen content creators like us, right? Not the grifters, not the PUAs. I'll talk about content creators like us, like, hey, I'm stopping this entire show if you don't put money on my Cash App. You do not see channels like ours doing that. If you decide to donate, that is on you. And we are very grateful if you donate because the money will be able to go to the channel or the money can go to somewhere else, right? Because channels like mine, Ribby, Manic, Under Chronic, we're very transparent on what we do with your money. We tell you what we're going to do with your money. You know, I'm not going to say donate, donate. Oh my God, donate. No, we're going to let you know straight up, hey, this is what we're going to be using for your donations, right? Under Chronic, when it comes to artwork slash comic book slash Kush. Ribby, his booze bank, right? Ribby gotta get his booze. Manic, he can invest in his gaming channels. Me, I just want more art and more animations, right? Because if I can't show my face, I gotta at least make it interesting, right? So it's good to be transparent and it's good to give your audience a choice to donate, not force their hand like other channels that I've seen when it comes to stopping their entire channel, not channel, stopping their entire stream and playing some crazy ass noises or the most annoying noise in the world, or they're just gonna shill nonstop until you give them enough likes or enough donations. Those are the grifters you need to avoid because it's obvious that they're not here for you whatsoever. Right? Like these female quote unquote red pill channels. They haven't even been here for that long, and they're already putting paywalls on their accounts. Oh, go to my Patreon. Oh, donate to my OnlyFans. Oh, I got a premium Snapchat. Oh, I got a secret Instagram account. Just got paid this amount of money. Yeah, we could talk about male issues, but do you also want to pay me money so you can watch me take off my clothes? Yeah, of course, you guys understand that I'm describing Robo Army. So those channels, they're fucked. But it's crazy how people are shaming other channels for just having a Cash App. That's fucking stupid. That's so dumb. Because I don't see your channel, Hermit. I don't see you stopping your channel out of nowhere, stopping your live stream. I don't see you holding your content hostage until people give you enough likes or enough money. Do you know who does that? Female content creators. I see it all the time. Especially the ones that are on Twitch. They are sitting on their ass and doing nothing. They're just sitting there, staring at the fucking camera, demanding money. And of course, simps are gonna oblige. It's crazy. It's crazy. So definitely, Hermit, fuck them if they're trying to shame you for having a cat. Like, tell them to fuck off. Quit pocket watching. If I'm not here purposely taking advantage of people, taking advantage of their naiveness, taking advantage of the kindness, they can mind their own. They can mind their own business. But I definitely missed some comments. Give me a second. El Said, what's going on? I see Lego. What's going on, Lego? The Ant-Man channel, what's going on, man? Black pill today? It might sound black pill, not gonna lie. The things I'm gonna be talking about, not gonna lie, but it needs to be said. Been seeing you often. Is it Alucard? Alucard? What up, Yeetus? I'll be listening to the stream while I'm at work. Well, hey man, make sure you crack open a cold one, aka water, because you don't want to be drinking at work, because it's about to get a little bit serious. Silas, getting money is like free speech being restricted. It may seem like a non-issue as long as you're in favor. Fall out with the woke, and you'll be frustrated. Man, the woke are always pissed about anything. They always find some reason to get angry. So I do my best and not pay attention to them. But Hermit RP4, $2 donation. Thank you very much, man. Take my money, yeet. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. See, as easy as that, right? I'm not completely stopping my channel like it seems that my super chats are looking kind of dry right now. So I'm just going to sit here and play some Britney Spears until I have at least a $20 donation. And I know you guys know about these type of grifters out there. Avoid those channels at all costs because clearly they don't give a fuck about you or your problems. Don't give a fuck about your wallet. Do. Okay. So let's start this topic. Let's start it. Some things that we can all agree on, gentlemen. It doesn't matter if you're believing in the red pill philosophy, MGTOW philosophy, black pill philosophy. There are things that we can all agree on. Things that there's a core foundation on why there's these philosophies in the first place. Okay. I can say, hey, we are all fucked in the West. Okay. We are completely fucked. Completely fucked. Right? Especially when it comes to the divorce with family courts, when it comes to biased domestic violence, when it comes to dating in general as a man, right? And even though Chad and Tyrone have it a lot easier when it comes to dating, they still feel some heat as well. That's how bad it's getting out there, gentlemen. There are, believe it or not, there are some Chad and Tyrones out there that chooses not to deal with women like that because it's getting out of control out there lately. We are all feeling the sting, whether it's severe or it's a slight poke. All of us are feeling it, which is why it kind of annoys me in a sense when I see people arguing about, oh, MGTOW is this, MGTOW is that, red pill is this, red pill is that. I mean, you're not wrong, but you pretty much it's pretty much two men arguing on a sinking boat on why it's sinking. It's still sinking, gentlemen. There's no going around it. It doesn't matter how much we argue. The boat is sinking. We got to hurry up and get to shore, or fix that leak or that hole that's in the ship, that's in that boat. Okay, of course we're not going to be agreeing with everything. We're all different. Every man has some variation, some perspective or different perspective of what's going on out there. The only type of man that I will never ever like try to come to an agreement or try to compromise are POAs and grifters. Everybody else, we can all agree that we are all in the same sinking ship. And at this point, the sinking ship, aka society, we're gonna have to jump off the boat and swim the shore, go somewhere, because it's over. The boat is beyond saving. Right now, in 2022, I'm sure you guys notice, we are getting attacked from all sides. Men with our mentality, we are getting attacked from all sides. Because guess what? We're realizing the bullshit of the game. We're realizing that the game is rigged. And now society, now women, now POAs, now grifters, now chameleons, they're all attacking us from all sides. And we know this. We know that we're not the simps that they're typically used to. And they hate us for it. They fucking hate us. Because we can see through their games. And when a man in this society can see through the bullshit, it's a lot harder for them to control. It's a lot harder for them to put us in shackles and make us workhorses, make us wage slaves. That's why they're working their hardest to put MGTOW as an extremist group. They're working hard to disregard what the red pill is. They're working hard to say that black pill is 100% incels, which is no, that's not the case. They thought that we were joking 10 years ago about men are walking away in numbers, big numbers. 10 years ago, they took us as a joke. Like, look at these men crying in the corner of the internet. Ha ha, oh, they live sad, pathetic lives. But thanks to the OGs, especially Venture MGTOW, rest in peace, Sandman, then eventually Hammerhand under Chronic. I put another guy in there because he did do a good job. Steph is cold. Replicant Fish. And even though I don't really agree with a lot of what he says, he is one of the first people to actually put our issues mainstream per se, Kevin Samuels. But thanks to the guys that started to speak up 10 years ago, and yeah, I know the MRA groups that were speaking about male issues long before that, but I'm talking about the YouTube OGs. Society, feminists, male feminists, they didn't expect our philosophy to echo far and wide, north, south, east, and west, and now it's worldwide. Of course, I'm not one of the OGs. I've been around for around 8-9 years. Don't get me wrong, but I am one of many content creators that just pretty much took the ball and kept running. As you can say, I'm not one of the first, but I'm at least one of the creators that are going to continue spreading these messages. Now they're taking what we're saying seriously, because within these 10 years, childbirth rate is going down dramatically. Marriage rate is going down. Clubs and bars are looking pretty empty right now. Jewelry stores are having these 40-50% off on engagement rings and stuff. Wedding shops and baby clothes shops, wherever it is, they're starting to lose business or shut down. They didn't want to listen. They did not want to listen to what we had to say. And don't get me wrong, We've been saying these things for a long time, a lot longer than what you and I've been saying decades ago, decades ago, especially when modern feminism came about. Men are saying this is bullshit. This is just going to disrupt the nuclear family. This is just going to fuck everything up. But of course, we're men, right? So I guess we're just a bunch of Neanderthals that don't know what the fuck we're talking about. And now look where we are now. So since they don't want to listen to men for the last, I don't know, 76 years, I'm like, okay, since you don't want to listen to what we have to say on why shit ain't going well as it's supposed to, we're just going to do a response, physical response, and that is self preservation. And there's degrees of self preservation, gentlemen. Degrees, right? Or you can say a spectrum. They don't want to listen to what we have to say. So now, since men are aware of the rigged game, they're either using this rigged game, learning from it, studying it, and then using it to their advantage, or they just walk away altogether. And like I said before, gentlemen, men, we have a very interesting power that a lot of people tend to forget. Men, when there's any type of adversity or any type of obstacle in life, we have a very interesting power to adapt to our situation. Adapt. Because guess what? We have no choice but to adapt. Because in a man's world, you either thrive or perish. In a man's world, it's either kill or be killed. Metaphorically and literally. So we gotta be quick thinkers. We gotta think on our feet. We gotta use our logic. We gotta use our critical thinking. We gotta use our reasoning. We gotta take calculated risk. And what did we come up with? What is the conclusion of what the men are doing right now? Since the game is rigged, the only way to win this rigged game is not to play. And for years, we've been listing these reasons why you shouldn't play this rigged game anymore. And ho ho ho, it took us long enough, but thanks to the power of social media, our message spread very quickly to the point where not even young men, right? Even young men in high school are listening religiously to our channels. Of course, it's not going to reach all men. Of course, it's going to take time. It's going to take a long time for our message to truly get out there. But at least it's getting out there. And see, when there's the slightest resistance, when there's any type of like resistance of not wanting to be a wage slave, of not wanting to be a workhorse for a system that doesn't give a fuck about men, that treats men lower than dirt. We're the bad guys. We're the bad guys for opting out from a very bad deal, very horrible, one-sided deal. Based on what I said, what I'm saying so far, gentlemen, put a 1 in the chat if this is something that we can all agree with. Based on everything that I've said so far, put a 1 in the chat if you can agree with what I'm saying. We can all agree with this shit. It doesn't matter if you're red pill, MGTOW, black pill. It doesn't matter. Do you agree? Let me read this real quick. D Man 50, $5 donation. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. The current systems are corrupted. Yeah, it's completely corrupt. It is rotten to the fucking core. It is completely fucked. And when I mean completely fucked, it is completely fucked against men. Against men. It is designed for men to lose long term to the point where men doesn't even want to interact with a woman long term in fears of being publicly humiliated and or being labeled as some type of creep, or worst comes to worst, some false allegation comes out of nowhere, not because she's angry at you, not because she thinks that you're doing some sexual harassment. No, there's cases out there women are falsely putting men in jail because it's fun to them. It is amusing to them. They don't know why they're doing it. They just do it. And then they wonder why men are like, nah, fuck that. Don't talk to me these days. And the only men that women are mainly messing with is Chad and Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray Ray. And do you really think that they give a fuck about her or how she feels? No. To them, she's just a walking fleshlight. And she knows this. She knows this. And she doesn't mind until she's ran through and 35 years old, probably with a couple kids. All of a sudden, she automatically knows where the good guys are. All of a sudden, where's all the good men? I laugh at those type of women. I laugh at them because they know what they're doing was fucked up. They know what they're doing is not going to benefit them in the long term. And they were just hoping that a good man, an average man that's making a decent amount of money will come and bail her out from all the years of horrible decisions and horrible behavior. Give me a second, gentlemen. Let me read this one. Chaz the Fool, $5 donation. Hope you're good, Yeet. I want to discuss something with you on Discord when you got the time. Yeah, I should have time later on today. I'll definitely let you know. I'm pretty sure I saw your message yesterday, but I'll let you know. Okay. Gentlemen, you need to understand. You need to understand when it comes to today's society, when it comes to how marriage is perceived, you need to understand this, okay? There will be an influx of women desperately trying to get married in the future. You think it's bad now? Give it 5 to 10 years. Give it 5 to 10 years. And it's not just because women want your money, right? Gentlemen, a woman that is married will be saved from being shamed. I repeat, a woman that's able to get married, doesn't matter if she's 20, doesn't matter if she's 30, doesn't matter if she's 40. A woman that's able to get married will save her reputation, will save her from being shamed, right? Because her getting married implies that she still has the ultimate value for the ultimate prize. She is still worthy of the ultimate goal of a ring being put on her finger, which is why I'm not really a fan of simps anyway, right? Because they fall for it all over again. That's why they press you guys so much to have kids. That's why they press you guys to put a ring on her finger, especially these women that are in their 30s. It's not just about the money, gentlemen. You save her from being ridiculed and shamed by society. I wouldn't say this like completely applies to the situation, but look up Isaiah 4:1. Pretty sure it's Isaiah 4:1. Women will literally be saying, "Oh, I will fix my own food. I'll clean my own clothes. I'll do everything by myself. Just let me carry your last name so I can be saved from reproach, being saved from embarrassment, being saved from being shamed, being saved from being called an outcast, a failure." me read this right quick. Luke G, $5 donation. Thank you very much, man. I completely appreciate it. I haven't touched a woman in 10 years. Doing something as simple as opening the door for a woman is now seen as benevolent sexism. It's bad out there. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. And now, these days, and I'm sure you guys can see it on It's Complicated channel, there's women complaining that men aren't catcalling anymore. Like, no shit. No shit. Because that's a one-way ticket to jail. That's a one-way ticket to be embarrassed. Especially if the woman decides to record and put them on social media. Hell, there's situations where women will purposely do some provocative poses or wear some provocative clothing and constantly walk by men back and forth just so they can get a reaction out of these men, just so they can complain about men looking at them. That's fucked up. That's outright weird. That is weird. And I know you guys seen videos out there like this. They literally go out their way to where something that's little to the imagination go right in front of a fucking man just so they can catch this man on camera looking, even if it's for a split second, catching the man looking. Just so they can bitch and moan and complain on social media about how all men are pervs. Gentlemen, I'm not lying to you. This is literally what's going on out there. First, they complain about men catcalling them. Then they'll complain about men not giving them any attention. And yes, I know it's not the average guy, right? It's only Chad or Tyrone or blah, blah, blah. As much as women want to complain, as much as women want to deny, a woman's reputation is everything. A woman's past is everything. And a way for a woman to be able to erase all that, erase all of her bad behaviors and decision, is to get a ring on her finger. Yes, gentlemen, that's how it goes. That's how they're able to quote unquote cleanse their background. Because no matter what they did in the past, putting a ring on their finger means they still had enough value to get the ultimate prize, a wedding, a marriage. Urban Tang. Had that exact thing happen at the gym today. Chick walked past me 4 times for no reason. Always looking out the corner of her eye to catch me looking. Yeah, it's fucking weird. Gentlemen, and I know I explained this before. For some reason, right? I don't know if it's just biologically. I don't know if it's social conditioning. I don't know, but anytime a woman comes over to a male space, it always turns sexual. Always. It will always turn sexual, right? Because women, deep down, they know attention is currency. They know. The more attention they get, the bigger chance that they'll be able to hit a jackpot with a man, right? A man with value, I mean. If they're unable to attract eyes, it doesn't matter if they're average men at this point. If they can at least have men Google at her, like ooh, look at her. If she can't do that anymore, that's when they will truly freak the fuck out. They need to do this, gentlemen. I don't know why, but that's why Twitch, YouTube, all these other social media platforms, it always almost in certainty, it just turns sexual. It just they have to do it. They have to get the attention from men. They just can't help it. They can't. right? Hey, it might be biological or just some weird phenomena. I don't know. But I definitely noticed that when it comes to male dominated groups. Gentlemen, there's a naked yoga on YouTube. Women completely butt naked on YouTube and putting it under education. Literally busting it wide open, no clothes on. There's women that are having these cooking shows with literally no clothes on. Women on Twitch, no clothes on. A woman had her cheeks clapped on Twitch, and she only had a 7-day suspension. If a man even showed his elbow on Twitch, he'll get banned for a lot longer than that. It's no joke, gentlemen. There's no joke. This is why, it is very important, in my opinion, for spaces to be male only. But of course, if we do any male only spaces, I guess we're the bad people. I guess, right? Ever since that we were young as kids, I'm sure you guys remember. Well, you just want to hang out with your male friends, and then some girl wanna come hang out with the group, and you're like, no, just let us hang out with the boys. And then she goes and bitch to an adult, and then the adult yells at all the boys like, hey, let the girl play. Okay, she needs to be part of group too. That's pretty much what's happening in almost every male dominated group in today's society. Remember, gentlemen, I can't think about it, which is why I say that the game is completely rigged. I can't even show my face on YouTube without having my livelihood ruined. I can't even speak 100% truth on how I feel about male issues on YouTube, or I will get banned or suspended. I can't even speak on men bettering themselves without male feminists, PUAs, grifters coming at my channel left and right, simps coming at my channel, and other channels like mine. But on the very same platform, women can be completely butt naked, spreading them cheeks. Women can constantly say men are obsolete, men can go die, men can go die in war, and their channel explodes in subs. Nothing happens to them. Oh, everything's fine. They can spread their misandry everywhere, left and right. Oh, it's okay. But as soon as a channel like mine saying, hey, you can do better yourself, you can do a lot better than what you're doing right now. You, as a man, you need to know your own value, your own worth. You don't have to deal with this type of nonsense that's happening in society. I always have to worry about my channel getting suspended or terminated. But there's literally completely naked women on the same site, and nothing happens. There's women out there on the same site wishing death upon me and other men 24/7. Nothing happens. Just imagine the outright chaos and outrage if we had a bunch of channels dedicating saying, hey, women can just go die. Just imagine, just it will be astronomical if men did the exact same thing as what women are doing on this site. Like I said, gentlemen, the game is rigged. It is completely rigged. That's why I learned the hard way as well. Because I definitely known about this since forever. But me having this channel, not even my own live chat is safe from female drama. They just come up in here and talk about the most random, stupidest shit that has nothing to do with the topic that I'm talking about, and starting fucking arguments in my live chat. Like, who does that when we're trying to have a legit conversation? When I'm trying to have my audience engage. You just come up in here with the most random fucking drama. Why? Because they're craving for that attention. They want that attention. Gentlemen, it doesn't matter if it's good attention or bad attention. Attention is attention when it comes to women. Male attention equals validation. Doesn't matter where it is. See, and that's the crazy part. I see you, Ezio. I see you. People already get mad when a man owns a doll. I'm like, hold up. So you're saying that men ain't shit, men are gross, men are creepy. Ew, ugly men. Ooh, cute, creepy men. As soon as a man like, all right, let me go ahead and get my own sex toys. Let me go ahead and get my own doll. Oh, what is he doing? Oh, what's he? Oh, why you can't get a woman? Huh? Why you can't get a real woman? Huh? Why you always trying to go for dolls? Well, when he tried to get with one of you women, you completely shut him down, and you completely made fun of him and ridiculed him for even approaching you in the first place. So he's just going to get the next best thing. First, you make fun of him for not getting any type of game, not getting, he's not getting laid, right? Oh, he's not getting laid. Oh, he's not getting laid. But as soon as he's able to get laid, you talk trash about him getting laid. So you talk trash about him not getting laid, and then you talk trash about him getting laid. Well, this is why I say you don't listen to these. Don't listen to these women, gentlemen. Do not listen to them. They don't know what the fuck they want. I'm sure you guys can agree. You guys dealt with both sides of the argument from the same woman. I guarantee you. First, they make fun of you for not getting laid. Then they get mad when you do get laid. It's crazy. It's crazy out there. Oh, that is true, Ezio. They have a whole library full of toys, and then they act all surprised when they need a man that has a horse-sized schlong to even feel anything. Because, gentlemen, you've seen women with the most ridiculous toys. Like, what the fuck is that? Why do you even need that? They want to call us pervs, right? Oh shit. Warlock, if prostitution was legal, these females would be in big trouble. Technically, it is legal. Technically. Because think about it. I see marriage, even back then, but let's say today. I see today's marriage as legalized prostitution. That's what it is. You want the box, and she wants your money. That sounds no different than laying down with a sex worker. That's no different. But guess what? The difference is with that type of sex worker, there's only a one-time payment. You rent for like an hour or two, and then she's on her way. You will never see her again. But when it comes to marriage, you lease that woman for the rest of your life. You have to continue to pay, right? You have to pay for a someone that's losing value over time and someone that doesn't want to give you any type of box anymore as time goes on. Maybe you get it once a week, and then it'll eventually turn into once every 6 months. Which is another reason why I say getting married is a waste of time. For some reason, another phenomenon, I guess. Once a woman gets married, she will give you way less sex. I don't know why. Except my only guess is she doesn't have to try anymore. She reached the pinnacle. She reached the top of what she wanted. She had a wedding. Now she feels financially secure. Now she doesn't have to work as hard. Now she can let herself go and become fat. She can become lazy. She can complain 100 times more because she knows, for the most part, she won. You lost. You're stuck with her. And if you decide to divorce her, she takes a lot of your shit. Half your shit, actually. So, yeah, when it comes to marriage and prostitution, I don't really see much of a difference, in my opinion. I don't. But hey, gentlemen, it's got to the point in today's society where more and more men, not just in the West but around the world, are starting to realize how messed up the game is getting. It's getting crazy. Hold up, give me 1 second, gentlemen. Let me read this. Luke G, $20 donation. Greatly appreciated, man. Greatly appreciated. That's a big donation in my eyes. That means I'm doing something right. I'm speaking in facts. I'm dropping gems on y'all. Let's go. But when I was in the army, I came back from a 6-month combat deployment. A girl I was friends with, who I thought would be glad to see me back safe, didn't even tell me welcome home because she was frustrated about her sex life. Damn. Luke G, was this a battle buddy? Or was this just a regular friend? A civilian friend. But regardless, that's crazy. I need more details, Luke. I need more details. Was she frustrated about not having enough sex? Was she frustrated about her man having a, you know, being below average? Definitely give me the details, Luke. But it's kind of rare for a woman to be frustrated about her sex life if she's not getting enough. Unless her delusions are so out of control that she thinks that she can only sleep with Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Evans or Chris Hemsworth. Or she's probably being passed around in the platoon, right? She's being passed around. Is she the barracks bunny? Is that what's going on? She's just hopping around in the barracks, getting smashed left and right, but nobody wants to give her that TRICARE. Oh shit. So many questions, so many questions. But hey, thank you very much for the donation, man. Like I definitely appreciate that. Um, but yeah, let's do another quick survey. Put a one in the chat. Everything that I talked about so far. Once again, it does not matter if you believe in the red pill philosophy, MGTOW philosophy, black pill philosophy, whatever it is. Can we all collectively, as a group of men, can we all agree with what I am currently saying? Put a one in the chat. Because that's the biggest message I want to convey, gentlemen. That's the biggest message. Even though we have different points of views on how we should handle this rigged society, we all need to understand that we are on the same boat. We are on the same boat. And right now, at this point, I know some of us, right? I'm speaking with analogies right now. All of us are on this boat, a boat that's having a lot of leaks and is slowly sinking. I know some of us will stay on for a bit and see what happens. I know others will just put on their life jacket immediately and jump overboard and swim to the nearest shore. And there will be others that will go down with the ship because they think that they can save it. I just described what red pill, MGTOW, and blue pill simps are. Red pill, they will stay on the ship just to see where it goes, right? Just to navigate to see what's going on. But eventually, the red pill, they will jump off the boat when it starts to sink too deep. And if those MGTOW, they're like, nah, fuck this. They will immediately put on their life jacket and swan dive into the water and immediately start swimming to shore. And then there's the blue pill simps that will try their darnest, they will try their hardest to fix that boat that can't be fixed. So they will go down with the ship. At the end of the day, gentlemen, we are all men in the West, we are all on that boat, and we need to understand that. Once we have that type of understanding, I truly believe that it will be a lot easier for us to have conversations. Yes, not just the simps saving the boats. I will also add in PUAs and grifters trying to save the boat as well, right? Simps because they don't realize that uh, women are not all cupcakes and rainbows and unicorns, right? They still believe that there's women out there that doesn't portray these negative traits in the West, which I'm sure that there is women out there that are still good, but like 0.001% of them. And then the grifters and PUAs are trying to save the boat because that's how they earn a living. That's how they live, taking advantage of these simps, taking advantage of society right now, lying to these naive men in order to get into their pockets. So don't even look back when you jump off the boat. Just keep swimming until you find a new land, a new island, a new country. Just keep swimming, don't look back. Because at the end of the day, gentlemen, we do have a choice. We do have a choice. And right now in 2022, it is you will have to be living under a rock if you believe that traditional relationships still exist. You will literally have to be trapped in a coma or something for the last 20 years to still believe that traditional relationships work. It's dead, gentlemen. Traditional relationships are dead. And this is what we have to do to adapt and overcome. And this is what society doesn't want us to do. They don't want us to be making all of these philosophies and stuff. They don't want us to spread the very philosophy that we're speaking on right now. They don't want us to do that. They want us to put us under some type of hypnosis of, oh yeah, yeah, I could still have a wife, I could still have a picket fence, I'm gonna still have a loyal wife, I'm gonna have a beautiful family. But in reality, we're just mindless waste slaves to the system. We're just workhorses that the system, that modern women take advantage of. That they will work us to death, literal death. And when it's time that you cannot produce anymore or you can't produce enough to her liking, she'll immediately throw you under the bus and go to the next man. Why will you want to put yourself through that? Why? Why? That's the biggest question. Knowing about the rigged system that we're having today when it comes to the dating market, when it comes to relationships, why will you still put yourself through that? Knowing you can literally see your fate. Go to the family and divorce courts. Go wait outside. You can literally see your future right there. Why will you still agree to these complete unfair terms? It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. In 2022, majority of men should realize that this is not the system that you want to how you say, work yourself to death for. And this isn't a recent concept, gentlemen. There was a paper from 118 years ago. I repeat, 118 years ago, of society demonizing bachelors, society demonizing men. I'm pretty sure I posted this on my community tab months ago. I'm gonna see if I can find it, post it again. This was 118 years ago. It was 118 or 108, around there. Women literally talking down to men like they're complete trash and demonizing the men that are bachelors. Yes, 118 years ago, the men that refused to marry all those years ago were still getting demonized. Crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. And put the cherry on top, there's religious books from thousands of years ago. The religious texts such as the Torah, the Bible, and the Quran. Yeah, I know there's other religions, but these are the main ones that has most influence on society for thousands of years. And even they preach red pill philosophy. They are the OGs, okay? The religious texts is the OG philosophy book of the red pill. because now society is becoming a lot less religious. You're seeing the results right now. You're seeing what's going on out there in society in the West. And don't tell me you don't see anything wrong what's going outside, because that means that you are not being man enough to point out the bullshit that's happening out there. So don't tell me nothing's happening out there. These men and women that proclaim to be religious, that proclaim to have very good morals, very good standards and values, they hide behind religion, right? I know this isn't a new concept. There's plenty of people that hide behind religion since the beginning. Yeah, I agree. But now it's happening way more than ever, to the point where they completely disregard religion, or they just use religion to protect their reputation. They use religion for their sick games. I'm not going to list what's going on out there right now, because I'm sure you guys already heard me talk about it 20 times already. You guys know what's going on out there in today's society. Having a family, gentlemen, a lot of men's families are non-existent now. A lot of men out there have to give up their dream, give up their goal of having a family, because they know it's not going to be good raising a family in the Western society. It's not going to end well whatsoever. Whether you have a son or a daughter, in my opinion, it'll be a lot easier to raise a son in today's society. But regardless, you see what's happening in those public schools, and you see what's popping up on the media, on TV. You see what's going on. It's only a matter of time before the government, the state, get their hands on your child and mold them to be weak, frail, effeminate, emotional, confused. And another reason why a lot of men have to give up their dreams of being a father is, what's the point if my kid will most likely be killed in the womb because I have no say if a woman wants to go to an abortion clinic and yeet the baby to heaven. And even if she does bring the baby to full term and give birth, what's stopping her from taking away my kid? What's stopping her from taking my kid away from me for at least 18 years and I have to pay for it? Me included. I honestly, years before, I was definitely looking forward to having a family. And I'm sure a majority of you guys that don't have kids yet, you guys were looking forward to having a family as well. But then you realize the truth. You realize what's truly going on out here. You're like, fuck, this is some bullshit. Right? And of course, the other reason is it is getting pretty expensive out here, right? It's getting hella expensive to even raise a child. I think from 0 to 18, it's around $250,000 to raise a child now. But man, I know a couple of guys that are very disappointed, very saddened that they know that they can't have kids, in the sense of it will be a bad deal. The nuclear family will never happen. The nuclear family will be destroyed in a blink of an eye. And there's nothing that they can do about it. The fathers can't do shit. So, of course, with our logic and a probability, and we're able to think long term into the future as men, we come to the conclusion is Unfortunately, it's not the best time to have kids right now. It's not. And gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, a lot of men, they are very saddened about this because I'm sure a lot of you guys will love to have children at this point or sometime in the future, able to extend your legacy, able to pass down your knowledge to the next generation of the do's and don'ts in life. But thanks to feminism, thanks to this gynocentric system that's very biased against men, you know deep down that it is not a good time to be having kids. And it's fucked up. I know it's fucked up. But us men, we realize that it is not fair to me. It's not fair to you. And it's definitely not fair to the child to bring a child into this type of environment because the child will most likely lose at the end. Here, I saw a couple of super chats. Give me a second. Give me a second. Bam. Luke G, $10. Another good donation. Thank you very much, man. She broke up with her ex-boyfriend, whom she later considered her soulmate. Huh? Her sister started dating him, and now she's super resentful. When I try to comfort her, she kicked me to the curb. Wait, what? What? Wow. Hold up. I'm gonna address that in a bit, Luke G. I'm gonna address that. I know. Oh, another $2 donation from you. I was done after that. Stop talking to her. I'm gonna address that in a bit, Luke G, because that's pretty fucking hilarious. I'm gonna read this right quick. I wanted kids all my life, but ever since the last several years, I realized it's an unrealistic goal at this point. Yeah, it's very unrealistic. It's very like it is very dangerous, very unrealistic situation to have pregnancy in today's world because unfortunately the kid may not even make it out of the womb. I know a girl who wants to have kids, but my friends have their kids and money used against them in the power of the courts. Yeah, and we know this. We know this. Quick advice, gentlemen. There are no such thing as strong and independent women in divorce and family courts. I repeat, there's no such thing as strong and independent women in divorce and family courts. There's no such thing. Doesn't matter how much they boast on social media, they boast in their personal lives. Once they go to the courts, there's some damsel in distress, frail, broken, crying women so they can extort as much money from you as possible. So just think on that, gentlemen. You just spitting facts. Yeah, of course. Of course. I gotta spit facts, man. I gotta. My projects are my children. Yeah, I agree. And it's not just, oh yeah, my children are my personal property. No. First off, we have to continue having kids to to continue the human race, right? That's a whole completely different story. But the fact that you went through life for 2 decades, 3 decades around there, and you know the ins and outs of what's going on. So once you decide to have kids in your 20s or your 30s, by the time that your kid is a teenager or higher, you're already in your mid to late 40s. And you'll be able to teach your kids of how to navigate through life, things that you've learned, things that you've experienced. And yes, of course, kids are going to be rebellious, right? Kids are kids. I mean, teenagers are teenagers. They're just gonna be like, "Oh, look, the future is now, old man." But when they get older, old enough, they will truly understand what you've been trying to teach them back then, right? Of course, kids will not kids, teenagers will think that they know more than you. They'll know like it makes no sense, right? Like I live 3 times your lifetimes. Why do you think you know more than me? But that's besides the point. You be able to make sure that hopefully your own child will be able to become more successful than you, not only in life, um, not only in their careers, but in their own personal lives as well. And that's something that all fathers strive for, right? It doesn't matter if it's a son or it's a daughter. I'm going to teach you things that I learned through experience. Not saying you have to do what I have to do, right? But it's in your best interest to heed my advice. Because guess what, gentlemen? It doesn't matter how old you are. Your parents, in my opinion, will always have that knowledge. I still get knowledge from my parents these days. Still, just because you turn 18 and you're an adult now doesn't mean that you know everything about the world. I'm almost 30 and I'm still getting some good ass advice from my dad and from my mother. That shit is never going to go away. And I'm glad it will never go away. That's the perks of having a nuclear family. That's the perks of having a good mother and father. But once again, that's what the system took away from us. That's what these feminist ideals took away from us. That's the nuclear family is almost no more. It is shrinking day by day. They're really normalizing single motherhood. They're normalizing it. And there's nothing that we can do because now modern women they really truly believe that there are way more benefits long term on kicking the father out of the house or just sleeping with a random dude and keeping the baby and wearing the title single mother as a badge of honor. See, techno mage, 51 years old, still gets good feedback from his dad. You can't cancel me. You can't cancel Yeetus. So I am good to go. I am back. My computer decided to do an update. That's weird. Fucking stupid. Anyway, back to the stream, shall we? Oh, okay. So you send a super chat. Real talk, it's been a while. What's going on, man? Thank you for the $5 donation. First stage of ideological subversion is demoralization. A demoralized, subverted society has had its right and wrong twisted. Good equals new bad, bad equals new good. I agree. I completely agree. Right now is literally at the point where the good is being shunned, the good is being shamed and demonized, while bad people are being celebrated. Bad people are being put on the pedestal. I completely agree with that. God damn. How dare they try to cancel me? That guy Pete. What's going on, man? Low quality comes with a price, and that price is cheap. Terrible way to be viewed by the world. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but if they get rewarded for being low quality, that's where things get twisted, you know, of what low quality truly means. If they get rewarded for being low quality. Goddamn right. Uncancelable skeleton demon king. Oh, that's too funny. That's hilarious. Oh, okay, gentlemen. One last show before I do a couple call-ins if you guys want to call in. If you want to support your boy, Sir Yeetus, there's a link on top of the chat, Cash App. Best possible way to donate because the money goes directly to me. But you also do super chat, super thanks. Any donation is appreciated, but if you cannot donate, it is all good. It is no biggie to me. Let me get a couple people in here. I'm only getting a couple people, so this won't take too long. But hopefully you guys are having a good Monday. I'm sure you guys are, because Hammerhand had a phenomenal stream this morning. Very good stream this morning. Definitely put a different perspective when it comes to the concept of death on you guys. So for me, I do see where Hammerhand is coming from, but I did do a comment saying I'd rather have a lot of money and live a simple lifestyle. You can be minimalistic and have a lot of money, right? And my concept of a lot of money and his concept of a lot of money, it could be different, right? Because if you're living a minimalistic lifestyle, having at least a $60,000, $70,000 paycheck a year, that's your annual salary. If you live a minimalistic lifestyle, that is perfect. That's perfect, you know. And that is something that I will be content with if that comes to be, right? But I already know I'll be making a lot more money than that. But let's just say if I do get a job in the future that gets to that point, I'll be okay. I'll be okay because I don't need much to function through life and be happy and content. So, all right, let me two people. Shepherd of Fire, what's going on?
Can you hear me, man?
Yes, I can.
How's it going today, bud?
I'm doing phenomenal.
Sounds awesome.
I do have a question for you. So, do you believe men as a whole in the West need to understand that we need to come together, regardless of the different points of views that we have?
I mean, I can't not disagree with that. But
Yeah, in
at
a
the
sense
same
of there's a lot
time,
of drama that's been going on, a lot of arguments, you know. Fuck the PUAs and the grifters. I don't give a fuck about them. But everybody else, the red pill, MGTOW, black pill, you know, it's kind of pointless going back and forth with each other, in my opinion.
I mean, it's discourse. So, I mean, really, you got to have discourse for there to ever actually be a talking point, you know?
There's a difference between discourse and just stupid fucking drama.
No, agreed. But yet again, I mean, not everything that's going to come out of people's mouth is going to be, worthwhile information, you know? So, I mean, you gotta kind of sift through all the BS and shit like that. I mean, look at scholars. I mean, if you look at what scholars did, they would rummage through a library, which is plentiful amount of information, but it's very rare that you find, good information. So you got to keep digging and digging.
That's
But
true.
that's why guys like yourself exist, and you guys are putting that information readily available to people like ourselves.
Agreed.
And I appreciate that, man.
The main reason I even made this topic for a stream is because I have seen an influx of infighting, which I'm like guys, we are all in the same situation. Like, instead of say like, oh, my philosophy is better, how about come together and come up with a solution on how to deal with this rigged system right now?
See, I think that's where you're kind of going wrong with it, is that we're all trying to look for a solution, but I think that kind of goes against, at least with the MGTOW philosophy, the idea of going your own way. The only true happiness is just that, going your own way, finding that which makes you happy, and then, existing within what we already exist in, which is, everybody's going to have their existence and their likes and their dislikes and things like that. And for a guy like myself, I know I find my most happiness when I'm typically by myself, doing whatever it is that I want to do.
But isn't that
And
a
I think
solution?
most men would agree. Is that a solution? I mean, to the greater problems that is, making sure the world stays inhabited? No. But I mean, if you look at most of the people in your chat, I mean, most of them don't really, they want to see the downfall happen. And I mean, I'm kind of with it too.
Men are being treated like shit, not save society.
Mm-hmm. So wait, what is the question then, as far as like the solution? What solution are you referring to then?
Well, like I said, like, hey, this system is fucking treating us like dog shit. Like, hey, like what's going on? Like what should be the next plan? Like, as men, like, hey, we need some type of guidance, some type of advice.
I mean,
hey, accept reality for what it is and learn to navigate through the rigged society and use it to your advantage, all the way down to MGTOW. Fuck society. They don't give a fuck about us. So why should we?
No, they don't.
I'm going this way.
Sure. I mean, that's something that every individual has to do on their own. That's not something that can be, really. I mean, many people talk about it all the time about, how we don't recruit, people find us. And today people are now finding the red pill and MGTOW more easily than ever before. And it's just, like I said, you have to come to that terms on your own. Nobody can make you go MGTOW or make you a red pillar / believer, whatever you want to say. You have to accept that. And that's the kind of the greatest problem, that humanity as a whole has, which is, choice. People have the choice to, be a simp, be red pill, do, whatever it is that you want to do with your life. You have the choice to do that, and you should. I mean, but we all know that there is a system in place that, we kind of have to curtail around and things like that. But the beauty of it is that it's not until the system tries to turn on us that we as a whole really need to worry about coming up with a solution like you're thinking. That's when I think that's when we can start really talking about this idea of really making a change. But I think our opposition has to go to such extremes that even the opposition is starting to look in on itself and saying, oh shit, like this is getting really out of hand. Excuse my language.
That's true, but what Herman is saying right now, is why I made this stream in the first place. I'm hearing a bunch of fucking chicken noises. Well, my philosophy is better than yours. No, it's my philosophy. What are you
I
talking?
mean, well, here's the thing about those people. Let them argue. Let them argue. Let those guys go kill each other over whatever philosophy they want to fucking die on. That's perfectly fine because yet again, that's less bodies for me to have to drop.
Hey, I completely understand, man. But that's pretty much the main reason why I made this stream. Because I'm like, okay, you guys need to chill the fuck out with, oh,
No, I mean I can't disagree with that, but if that's what you're trying to do, it's almost like you're just going to be banging your head against a wall. And like I said, I think you're going to be exerting more energy, your time, your resources, and things like that to a problem that is not your problem. It's not any of our individual problems. It's not.
but
Like I said, you.
I'm not saying that I can eradicate this problem. I know this
No, of
problem.
course not. No, that's not what I'm saying either. I know that you want to you somehow want to help tackle the problem though, and you know you're aware enough that you can't tackle that problem on your own, as I'm aware of that too. But like I said, for really the most part, the smartest thing to do is to let them kind of be their own, destruction. Let them destroy themselves, and then we can come in and either rebuild it up from the ground from what's left, or we can just let it continue to crumble. I mean, that's the beauty of our choice.
Yeah, of
We have
course.
the power to do so.
They're trying to solve it bit by bit. I'm just seeing this problem's getting out of control in this so-called manosphere, right? We're arguing like a bunch of fucking women. Like,
Sure.
what the fuck are you? This is why I made the stream as a whole. That you guys need to focus on the ball right now. You guys are just sidetracking and just causing nonsense and drama. That's what these PUAs and grifters and these women coming up to our space. That's what they want you to do.
Oh, of course. Well, I think that's why they've been put in place, is to act as a diversion. And yet again, they're kind of doing what I just said. They're kind of making us implode on ourselves, and they're utilizing that tactic, letting us destroy what we've created in place, and then they're going to come in and swiftly come in, make an attack on us. But we have to be smart enough and aware enough to where they can't do that. And for the most part, I see, like, at least from the people that I follow within the manosphere, I mean, most of these guys are smart enough, well put together enough, and capable enough, to not be doing this infighting. The infighting, I think, I can tune into any of those guys' channel and kind of pin them out pretty quickly.
Okay, I really think somebody's trying to cancel me right now. What the fuck is going on?
You still hear me?
Susan?
Am I still here?
You're here.
All right.
Susan,
Where were we? Yeah.
Huh? You trying to fucking cancel me? You can't cancel me. I'll hop on over to fucking Rumble like Andrew Tate. You can't cancel me. Anyway, what were you saying?
I was saying, as far as like our opposition's kind of using the tactics that I was saying, is they want the infighting amongst the manosphere so that the manosphere will kind of, crumble itself rather than them have to directly attack it, because they can't directly attack it and win. And I think they're aware enough of that.
Yeah, which is why I seen like a weird influx. I think for the last 2 years, I would say the last 2 years, crazy amount of women trying to get into the space and change the definitions of everything.
Of course. I mean, but it only makes sense. I mean, it's getting bigger. That spear is getting bigger and bigger, and it's been getting that way since even when I joined. Like, it's the biggest that I've ever seen. And I mean, I've only been within the spear, I would say, maybe 4 years, maybe going on 5. I've lost track now, but I mean, that's where a lot of eyes, minds, and bodies are, especially people, minds, bodies, and souls, that they want those minds, bodies, and souls on them.
I agree. I completely agree with that one. But hey, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna
Push.
move on to one more caller because I ain't trying to fuck Susan right now. Um, I'm gonna see if I can end this before some other bullshit happens.
Well, I appreciate you letting me have the words to say.
Oh, no problem, man. Definitely hop back on in the future. I like your mindset.
Absolutely, brother. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Preach the good word.
I will, man. But peace out. Oh, what is going on? Jesus. Anyway, uh, yeah. Sultan, I was gonna say that too. Women are trying to redefine masculinity. Yeah, they're really trying to again and again and again and again. They always move the goalposts in order to fit their narrative, to fit what they are trying to achieve, right? AKA control over men. Um, Hermit RP4. What would you say the biggest beef is? Red pill versus black pill? Um, no, I will say the biggest beef is POAs versus MGTOW. Or yeah, I'll say POAs versus red pill and MGTOW, but I would say more MGTOW. POAs and MGTOW do not like each other at all. Oh no. Even though they don't really do that much talking, when they do talk about each other, it goes down, it goes off. Because they are, POAs and MGTOW are complete polar opposites of each other. Do. Yeah, that's why my channel will eventually get attacked by these POAs. Eventually, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Oh, you just hate women, bro. Oh, you just can't get no puniti, bro. What you doing, bro? What, you just hate women, bro? Huh? Maybe you should just buy one of my courses, bro. Easy payments of 10 payments of $100. I will make sure that I will give you the best advice when it comes to getting women. Also, you will get 50% off of my merch. It's going to happen, gentlemen. It's going to happen. It's only a matter of time. But, Mugji, did I address your point about the girl? No, not yet, but I will after this next caller. I will. Real talk. It's been forever. What's going on?
What's going on, Sir Yeetus? How you doing, brother?
I am doing phenomenal. Just enjoying this boring Monday. It's been a very boring day for me. But what is your input about today's conversation of, all this pointless drama needs to be put aside and you need to be focused on the real issue at hand? Because I have noticed an influx of infighting per se. That's why I had to make this stream.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of people have definitely been purposely sent here to create some sort of division, and it's working. They're finding success. I think men come into this arena looking for freedom. Freedom from basically being that tax cattle slave. And there's like stages to this shit, like with what's coming down the pipeline, manipulation of our currency, trying to get us onto a digital currency, which is a terrible thing. You look at our food supply, they're trying to take a crack at that. And while all this shit's happening, which is going to fuck everybody, it doesn't matter who you are or what your ideology is, they've got us infighting. They got us fucking at each other's throats. And we need to understand that if you're coming here for freedom, you're going to first have to stop needing to be validated externally. Then the PUAs don't matter anymore. You know what I'm saying? You don't need PUAs when you just start getting all of your validation internally. And then once you get to that stage, You have to look in the mirror and you have to think, do I have the means to survive independently from this system? Do I have a homestead? Do I have that availability? If yes, keep prepping. If no, you're going to have to prep, but you're going to have to get associated with people around you like a survival group. Because what's coming down the pipeline, it doesn't matter how you think, men are going to be at war to survive. So as much as we want to go the way in which we feel is best for us individualistically, it really doesn't matter, because how much power do we have to make society better? We really have to let this thing go, and you have to decide, can I survive on my own independent from everything, or am I? And if I'm dependent, I need to get linked up with like-minded men who know what's coming. They could think whatever the fuck they want about women, but they have to understand what's coming. That's the sad part, is like, this is a major distraction from men being able to survive, a digital currency. Think about that. Think about what happens if we all have to deal with a digital currency. What the fuck are we going to do then? What financial freedom will you have then? Will we even be able to speak these truths? So as much as we want to be better men, and we want to improve as a group, and we want to learn from each other, feed off of each other, we can't control the agents they send in here to fucking disrupt everything. We can't control how our financial system's being fucked with. We can't control how they want to fuck with our weather. There's a lot of shit we can't control. All we can individually do is look in the mirror and admit, can I survive or can I not survive? Am I still living for the validation of others, or am I validating myself with my tools and abilities like LOM talks about? So I hate to bring it so big picture, but this end fighting is just going to fuck every individual, whether it's MGTOW, whether it's Red Pill, whether it's PUA. The more we focus on stupid assholes who were sent here, whether it's a woman grifter, a man grifter, a chameleon, the more we focus on these fucking retards, the more we're cheating ourselves from a hard time that's coming. Because we know it's been good times, good times, good times. In the back of our mind, we can feel it up our spines. We've been living in good times for a while. The bad times are going to have to be coming soon. Just look in the external world, as you said throughout the stream. We know, we can see the signs. We don't know how soon this is going to be, but how productive are we being fighting amongst each other? We're stealing valuable time from all of us, all as individuals, that we could be putting. And I know it sounds doom and gloom, but it's like, fuck, man. Why else would they want to shake this space up? Why else would they want to derail us? To make us up shit's creek without a fucking paddle.
It's all about destabilization, man. That's the first
it's scary.
step.
But I just thought I'd throw it out there. It's just fuck, man. Like, think about if we're ranting and raving and at each other's fucking throats, and then the power goes out in a month or something crazy, some calamity happens. Are any of us prepared from at each other's throats, fighting over ideologies? Fuck no. We're all going to be fucked together. Like Yuri Bezmenov, who talked about ideological subversion. He said, I'm in your boat now. I've defected here. So if we're going to sink, we're going to sink beautifully. I don't think any of us want to sink together beautifully. We don't want to sink at all. But the sinking is coming. Are you prepared for it? And I'm going to leave you at that. I got to digress because you know how I can get, brother.
No, it's all good. The person that you mentioned, right? He's the one that mentioned the 4 stages of pretty much destroying a nation or destroying a group. And the first thing that's pretty much happening in the quote-unquote manosphere is destabilization. They want to destabilize the manosphere as a whole, so they can cause confusion and drama everywhere.
Well, that's the second stage. The first stage is demoralization. Just think, with the PUAs, you have a large mass of men who are demoralized. They don't have a backbone. They're willing to do whatever it takes to get their little peepees wet, to blow up their fucking manhood ego. And they use those demoralized souls to pollute men who need guidance into thinking, hey, the way to be a man is to look for external validation like a woman. Not, hey, the way to be a man is intrinsically to build up your value and intrinsically get your validation. So they demoralize these young men, these impressionable men, these men who just took a whole fucking vat of blue pills their entire life. And then they come in after there's enough men who are following them, who buy into their program. Think about the diehard FNF boys, the diehard Donovan Sharp boys. Once those men are demoralized enough, then they have their army of demoralized souls that can go to war with the men who still have morals in the destabilization process. So you got a nail on the head. It's just they had to fuck with people's minds before they started this war. That's what it's all about. Like, you know, the first stage of war is information war.
Yep. I agree with that. Yep. Completely agree.
These are sick fuckers, man. They got this. They got us down to a science, and they really they don't want men to have any freedom, mental freedom, financial freedom, geographical freedom. It's like, keep them on the mental plantation as long as they can. Keep them in the relationship, marriage court plantation. However they can get us, they're gonna fucking try to get us. And we got to watch our six, and we got to be head on a swivel. Shout out to LOM, man, because I've just been putting some of his playlists on, and he has the best nicknames for these creatures.
It's all good, man. Like, the powers to be just want us to be fuel for the machine.
Exactly. I was thinking about this earlier. Basically, they've turned sex into a spiritual, procreative act. They've changed it from being something that is supposed to have a high vibration. It's supposed to be with something that's sacred. They've changed it from that to a coping mechanism. The only fun we get out of our shit lives as fucking tax cattle slaves is by fucking some pussy. It's a coping mechanism for our shitty existence.
Is either that
hey,
or sports.
What's that?
I say it's either that or sports.
Literally.
Like football, basketball, hockey, the professional, like NFL, NHL, just something to keep us occupied.
Yeah, we've been farmed out so heavily that the only time we feel good is having sex, which is kind of like a drug, doing some sort of drug. You could consider alcohol within that group, or watching sports and being mindlessly entertained and put back to sleep so we can get up the next day, work for the big corporations, toe the line. I got to digress, man. You know how I feel on this subject, but you've been hitting a lot of excellent points today, and I appreciate you having me on like always.
It's all good. Honestly, I plan on pulling a hammerhand to do a stream in the morning.
That's what's up. I'll try to jump onto that if I'm not working.
Well, I think the best time to do it, I will assume it will be 8 a.m. Eastern time. I think because that'll give time for people to at least listen a bit, or listen on their way to work if they want to, you know, just to see what I have to say, because I have a lot more to talk about. I've been lacking on streams lately, so I'm definitely going to pick up on the amount of streams. You know, I need and thank you for reminding me. After we end this chat, I gotta talk to you guys about the memberships. So, but real talk, hey, that's the reason why you have your name, Real Talk, because you're speaking nothing but facts. I had to be quiet while you talked about everything.
Yeah, man, you've helped me elaborate certain points and made my mindset more presentable through your podcast. I mean, I remember the first time I was on it, I was just kind of nervous and shit, and I didn't really know how to carry myself, but I think you've helped me out and helped me help others. So, you know, kudos to you, and you got to give yourself a pat on the back for like even getting my motor started. I feel like your podcast is a good place for me to drop some shit that a lot of people weren't aware of. So, hey, I'm tremendously thankful that, you know, you've been here riding it out, censoring when you've needed to censor, and trying to stay as straight and narrow as you fucking can, because you speak one false word and they're coming after you. So you've really, you've really, you know, I think everybody needs to give you a pat on the back for fucking even remaining and keeping the channel for as long as you have, and having people like me on. And then if I'm like a little demon, then the fucking devil is TFM.
Oh, TFM, man, he's, once again, I agree with 99% of what he's saying, but he's just he's too based for YouTube at times. Too based. I'm like, TFM, come on, man, like help me out here. Like, you can't be saying that, you know. And he at least, you know, acknowledges that he gets on a rant like I do at times, and he says some things that are not friendly according to Susan's standards. But at the end of the day, I'm surprised I made it to 12K. I'm really surprised. Like, damn, like I made it this far. Holy shit. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
I was expecting at least 2,000 subs before I got yeeted.
Yeah, I think all the new guys who, you know, are just becoming aware of your channel and logging on for the first time, the words and the knowledge that's been dropped in the past, you know, throughout all your episodes, the amount that you can learn off such, and I'm just I'm the clipping of a pinky fingernail, a part of that contribution. If your channel's an entire hand, I'm just like the fingernail of the pinky that just got clipped. I dropped a little bit on here, but there's so many men who've dropped so much knowledge. I would encourage you, you know, younger guys or people who are new to the space, go back, rewind, and just get educated, because it's like I've learned so much being here. And I thought it's like every time you think you know something, and the more research you know, the more you didn't really know. Coming here, I realized that I knew some things, but I didn't really know as much as I thought I knew. So everyone can learn from what, you know, you've been putting down, man. So thanks again, and appreciate the time. I'll catch you. Try to be on something soon here.
No problem, man. But hey, don't leave just yet, because I do gotta talk to you guys to see what you guys need. I need you guys' input on this one, since
Sure.
if you're gonna be a member, I'm sure you guys want to have your opinions heard, because I don't want to feed you guys bullshit if you guys deem it as bullshit. So thank you very much, Real Talk, once again. Hey, come back tomorrow or whenever you're available when I do a stream.
No doubt, brother.
All right, man. Peace out.
Peace out. Puniti.
Puniti. So, gentlemen, to end this, I'm going to read this right quick. This is why I always invite Real Talk on my show. Yeah, he doesn't hold back, and I do notice that he is a bit religious, right? So he knows way more about religion than I do, with the Abrahamic texts, Abrahamic books. That's why he has a way better input when it comes to morality, what's right or wrong. You know, I love anytime that he hops on the channel. It's no joke. But let me do this as well. Is TFM on Odyssey? Yes, he is on Odyssey. He is on Odyssey. Do I have his link? No, I do not. But I'm pretty sure he's on everything else besides YouTube, because Susan doesn't like him. But gentlemen, everybody right now, gentlemen and a couple of ladies, because I know one or two of you guys are watching. Soon I will be launching the membership soon, but I'm not just going to launch a membership and I don't have some good quality content. So I want you guys' input, and we're going to do just a quick vote. I want to see what you guys are feeling. So if you guys become members, do you guys want a members only live stream? Put a 1 yes, put a 2 no. If you become a member, do you want a members only live stream? 1 yes, 2 no. I'm still going to be doing regular live streams, but there'll be other streams where it'll be members only. I'm seeing you guys right quick. Okay, I see a few ones. I see a 2. Wait, are you the vegan? I'm pretty sure you're the one that's the vegan. We never had our vegan debate. This guy. I never had the vegan debate. Oh shit. Also, when it comes to the membership, because once again, I'm not just gonna let anybody in Discord. But let's say if I do decide to create a Discord, do you guys want a members only Discord? Because I believe it'll be a lot easier to manage a Discord if somebody had to put money towards it, in my opinion. And it'll be the first tier. Anybody that decides to pay for the first tier, you be in Discord. One last thing. Do you guys, for members only, do you guys want content that's beyond what I'm talking about right now, such as gaming content, such as politics content, like just straight up completely outside the realm of the content that I'm talking about right now? If you decide to be a member, would you want content that's polar, like way off of the content that I'm making right now, such as if I play any type of games or if I want to create any type of debates, right? Because I wouldn't mind having debate streams with my members. I'm talking about like one-on-one or having 2 people at a time, 3 people at a time, and we can actually talk about it. And gentlemen that doesn't want to pay membership, do not fear, because eventually the videos that I make for the membership, it will be available to the rest of you guys. So don't think that you're missing out. Eventually the videos will come to everybody else, but it's pretty much for members is early access type situations. But to actively participate in these certain type of streams, like members only streams, then that will just be anybody that decides to be a member. Once again, I'm not done yet when it comes to creating the tiers, because I want to make sure that if you guys do decide to become a member, it's worth your money. I don't want to be that fucking asshole that will charge you for bullshit. You know, I did say that I was working on it last week, but I need a little bit more time before I officially start the membership. Because if you guys decide to invest extra into the channel, then best believe that I will invest extra time to make sure I create extra content for you guys, guaranteed. Because the fact that I made it to 12K is a miracle. You know, let alone all the support that you guys been giving me since day one. All of you Warband members. And it's only up from here, gentlemen. It's only up from here. So best believe that once I get this membership thing done, and I will be talking to Hammerhand as well. I'm gonna see if I get his input because his tier system is perfect. I'm gonna talk to him as well. Once I get this situated, I'll put it out there, and whoever wants to be a member, you know, I'll make sure that it's worth your money. I'll make sure of it. A new foe. See, that's the thing. My content won't change, right? I'm not going to take content away from you guys. The content that you're currently seeing right now that's going to continue. But for members, they will pretty much have early access to extra content, and that extra content will be available to everybody else eventually. So just see it as some type of early access type situation where members get first dibs. And honestly, I do, and I did try to do before. I did try to do the debate streams. I do want to eventually kick it to full gear. And I think it would be perfect to have that type of streams with the members when it comes to debates. I think that'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. So give me until Wednesday, Thursday, and I'll have it up in no time, gentlemen. Don't worry about it. But once again, gentlemen, I made it to 12K. 12K subs. That's 11,500 subs more than I thought I would get in the beginning. I didn't think I'll be making it far, but here I am. 12K. And it's all thanks to you guys. And also, of course, it's all thanks to the war band, especially Undecrotic, because there will be no Sir Yeetus without Undecrotic. You guys already know that. But we're just going to keep trucking along, and we're going to see if we can make it to 20K. 20K is going to be huge. Oh, man, it's going to be bad. Whew. I'll make sure I'll have enough. I will make sure I'll invite important people from our space as special guests. Oh, it's going to be big. Hopefully, I'll be able to get Poor Man Podcast. And Poor Man Podcast is the one that has over 600,000 subs. I think that'll be perfect. The grind don't stop, gentlemen. And once again, I can easily take the route of posting nothing but ass and titties all over my thumbnails and all over my videos. And I can get easy numbers all the way up to 100K. But when it comes to this type of situation and topics, I'm not going to go out like that. I don't want to be that guy that went the easy way. I want to reach to a point where if I do hit 100K, it's because 100,000 people listened to the actual message and not trying to stare at a woman shaking her ass. It's going to be a slow and somewhat difficult journey, and I will be shocked if I make it to 100K, because that means Susan is taking a little bit of mercy on my channel. But in all seriousness, gentlemen, it's time for me to go ahead and do this cardio, because I hate cardio with a passion, but it needs to be done. It's your boy, Sir Yeetus. Thank you all for joining, and thank you everybody that donated so far. This has been a pretty interesting stream, but it's been very fun as well. And you guys definitely killed it with participation today. It was definitely a good time to do a stream today. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the shit ton of gems I dropped on you as well. And I am out. Peace.